Allah, Allah, you are my all, you are my love.
This is what Allah gives us the reminders. Abu Abdullah Muhammad ibn Ahmad al-Qusri relates that in Istanbul there was a governor, he died. They dug a grave for him. When they were on the verge of lowering this body inside the grave, do you know what they saw inside the grave? They saw a black snake waiting for him inside the grave. They were terrified. Naturally, they were terrified. They didn't want to bury this guy inside this grave, so they dug another grave. Now they've spent hours digging the second grave. They're on the verge of lowering the body inside the grave, and you know what? The same snake they saw in the first is waiting in the second. They dig a third grave. A third grave. And they find, when they're on the verge of lowering this grave, all of a sudden, out of the blue, they find the same black snake inside the grave. I ask you, my young friends, you know, on that particular occasion, that narration, what do you think it suggests? How many graves do you think they dug on that day? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 graves. The narration says that on that day they dug about 30 graves. Every time the grave was dug and they were on the verge of lowering this body inside the grave, they would find the same black snake waiting. Where are you going to hide? It doesn't come any clearer than this. Where are you going to hide? Where? Allah. You know, even when you've gone 6 foot under, you can't get away. You've left the dunya and you've gone 6 foot under and you think you've got away with it. This is where it will begin. You know, fed up after digging so many graves, they consulted the ulama. What should we do with this person? May Allah protect us. They said, you know what? Just bury him inside the grave. Leave the rest to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And they buried him.